Good afternoon, this is Tony Hayes from Paranormal Investigating UK, and it's the 27th of December. 27th of December. Hope everyone's had a good Christmas. We've had fortunately been able to have a bit of a break, but the activity at Chester has continued, and there's no less than 28 additional CCTV alerts waiting for me to review, and this is the one of them. This is dated the 15th of December. I'm pretty well behind with stuff. I can only manage 3 or 4 reviews a day. On the 14th, for example, we got 8 alerts in, so it just shows you just how difficult it actually is to keep up with the reviews and analysing these pretty carefully. This is quite an unusual one. This is dated the 15th of December at 7:05 in the morning. It's a Tuesday. Still possible someone could be coming into this business properties early. There's a number of unusual sounds together with one of the light objects, which is on this chair, is on like a rib plate effect, really just to stop the flat edge ball. We'll call it a ball, but it is flat edge falling off. There's one there and there's one there. The camera that's alarmed is what I call camera 1. We've also got cameras in the ceiling area, because I want to be sure there's nothing in the ceiling that could account for these unexplained wraps, because there's literally hundreds of these things and we have no explanation for these. And we've also got cameras on out of both sides of the buildings. If you go back to a couple of cases earlier, you will see this particular camera. So if someone's doing something outside, for example throwing stones at the window, one of the outside cameras will pick it up. It was a bird over the firming within inside the ceiling area, the camera's going to pick it up. But the wraps have continued. I've reintroduced these trigger objects just to see if these things can be moved, as we did back in May or June this year. We were a long period of time, a couple of months, and then the phenomena just stopped, and they seemed to move into another office across the way, which we thought just had been blown out, but it's back again. So is it how long is this going to continue again before it blows out? And of course with the UK lockdown, it's just impossible to go back in there for the 3rd time to investigate. So at the moment we're just working with these CCTV captures. We have got some audio now, which has got a separate recorder in there. You would have seen it on one of the early ones. So we're now on movie 207. So let's get straight into this. This is quite an unusual one, because I did have a quick review on Media Player. I've not actually been in a position where I've actually amplified it, which I have done on this. Yeah, I've got about 15-16 decibel extra. So let's make a start. Sound and that. Oh. And again. Okay. Nothing else. What we've got there is an unusual sound. Seconds later, the trigger object lights up, followed by later two rap sounds, two distinctly different sounding sounds. So they're the sounds I'm particularly interested in. Is this unusual sound connected to the light coming on? This building, this office, not the building, this office is unquestionably empty. We've got cameras everywhere on this particular level, so no one's in here. But it's 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, we've looked at window cleaners, people throwing stones up because people are aware of the investigation's been ongoing for now for some months. So it really does open us up to potential fraud. The reason why we're taking all attempts to try and rule in or rule out. So we've got cameras on the inside of in the ceiling area. We've got them on outside of the building, as well as obviously inside the building. We've got sensor lights. And then what I find quite head scratching is the fact that when something does occur, only one camera's picking it up, like this camera here. If someone's come through that, there is the door to the hallway, takes you out. This here is like a meeting room. Nowhere to go with there, just there and out, in and out. That is the main doorway, it leads into the hallway. Someone comes through there. Some of the early ones, you'll see the hallway, the camera will pick them up. So I'm assured, guarantee, no one is in the room. What's going to account for this lighting up? We have tested these, and what we're going to do is when they start to get through these others, if we start to see these trigger objects light up again, I will get the owner to do a video recorded test again. We have done these. You'd probably have to go back to into the earlier volumes to around about June, probably July time of 2020, when we did a series of battery of tests on these objects, and they have to be moved. You know, it's not, you can't blow on them and they'll come up and they'll switch on and light up. So right, so what sort of frequency are we dealing with here? That's there. I'm not convinced that's what brought the camera on. I think that's what brought the camera on. I think the noise before is just an accidental capture. I don't think it's loud enough to turn a camera on, because if I turn it down to normal volume, let me just go back. That's normal volume. Are we going to hear it? Just about hear it. But I'm far from convinced that would switch the camera. Sorry, the wrap isn't loud enough to turn that camera on. That is what's brought it on. It then records another 50-55 seconds, and we capture the other wraps as well. So you can get accidental captures. The reason why I take so much effort to review all of it is just, you know, half the time we've got something else in there we weren't aware of. We just sort of, oh yeah, that's what's happened. The lights switch, which is what triggered the alert. You'll miss the rest of it. So can we get a frequency on that? That's the question. Let's get rid of that. It's there about 300 to 400 hertz. You just see it kick up. there. That, if I turn that down, I still wouldn't get anything. Start to peel away. I'm just going to take this takes an actual average reading. As you can see there, it's not even picking up, it's just so weak. I've got to start increasing. There. These are reflections. I've had to set that plus 24, quite high volume. That they're reflections. That has got to have a rational explanation. Reflection sounds bounce and bang. It's just, you know, if you look at the room itself, it's glass, furniture, ceilings, walls, that type of thing. I'm still not convinced that's what triggered that, unless we're dealing with some sort of different type of vibration, because there's very little difference between, what is it, a second before it lights up? 1 second, yeah, just a second. It sounds quite loud when I've got the volume up, as it will do, but yeah, it's so light, yet it's almost as if it was responsible for making that trigger object light up. I think the way I'm going to play this one is that I don't know how the two connected. I'm always careful about two events, putting and bundling them up together is what is one event. I'm going to note it down and let the reader, or the person that analyses this after me, to take a judgment call on why. We don't know have the answers for everything, and that's just one of them, I think. I'm actually going to take a reading of the sound, so I can actually discuss this. So what I'll do, I'll take a screenshot of this, place it on the report sheet. We can see how the sound's reflecting, but you know, it's a lot higher because there's nothing on normal volume. It's just not enough signal to even get a reading. So that will help someone understand where the point I'm going to be making over this one. Right, okay. As far as the light is concerned, I really don't know what to think of that. I'll take a screenshot of it. Sometimes it's easier because if you look at this case in its entirety, I've reviewed over 207 videos. Some of these are 30 minutes long. That's a frightening amount of data for someone to actually sit there and watch through. So I think doing small clippings of or screenshots of images generally gives the reader a good idea what's going on, and they can just go click on the link and go look at the video. Excuse me. If you need to just get more information. So I'll put 207 by just to remind myself what it's about. And we get into these other two wraps now. We can get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Let's unloop it. Let's see where this gun's going to take us. I'm leaving the volume up for a moment, about halfway through, because there are two wrap sounds, so we're going to lock onto them next. There's wrap one. There's 16, about 8 seconds in between them two. Okay, what I'm actually going to do, okay. We'll do the same again, just find these other two, get them close together. Let's just see. There. Okay, now we've got the two sounds there now. Let's look at the first one. Let's look at this one. Again, it's not that loud. We're getting a bit of a signal. The camera, the actual microphones on the camera are a lot more sensitive than people realise. Okay, they only go for about 30, 35, 44, but they're very, very good at picking sound up, and I don't think that's very loud at all. Let's listen to the other one. Different sound. Different sound. I'm wondering if that's something that's been switching on. let's turn this up. Let's just see where we can begin to get a frequency. Right, got it now. Just there. Okay. Is this 900 to 1000? This is this peaky sound here. But these are small reflections of sound. Reason why they look similar. I'm going to call this rap one. I'm not convinced that this is a rap. It's not behaving like the other raps that were captured in the, genuine raps that were captured in this room. I'm just not sure, but I'm going to call it a rap one. It's just so I know what I'm referring to. What we're going to do now is lock onto the other one. Yeah, it does sound fundamentally different. There. Whatever it is, it's the same sound. Or the same sound source. They're performing very similar, even though they do sound slightly different. I think it's just the sound is just a bit thinner. We're still within that range there, the fundamental frequency around about 900 to 1000 Hertz. So I'm quite happy with that. Again, I've had to turn the volume up by quite a lot. We'll call it rap 2. So we've had quite a lot there. We've had an unusual sound. I'm not sure what that is. Followed by the light, trigger object lighting up, followed by 2 further raps, 8 seconds apart. They're not performing like a rap that we now come to expect, so I'm just going to think that there will be a rational reason for this. Something switch it on, I don't know, fridge, that type of thing. We're dealing with heat, is the heating coming on? It's getting colder now, so I'll take that one up with the building owner, see what he's got to say on that one. So interesting one, quite a lot going on, a lot to look at, but I think it's one of them again there. You just, it's a shrug of the shoulders. You just simply just don't know. You don't have a reason, but more likely to have a rational explanation. Okay, see you on the next one.